a suspect because he hasn't been convicted of the crime, although video is generally relatively great in convictions. In Hillsborough County, I don't know where this is, stabbed a police deputy in the neck during a stop and a pursuit.
Can I point something out?
Yes.
Does anyone notice anything about that young man in the video that I'm seeing? Yes. I'm not the only one seeing this. So
the reason I bring it up is he's actually wearing your merch, man.
Oh.
He's wearing a Maverick hoodie, and I think the cop gets a little bit closer. Let me. Yeah, that appears to be your once again also deceased bird, Maverick the parrot.
Well, and deceased merch. We don't make that anymore. We made that 4 years ago.
Right.
Well,
right.
This irks me in every way, obviously. And this gets.
I don't know what I can actually
violent.
show on this podcast. Okay, so he's about to make this arrest here. I'm going to zoom past this. Should we skip the stab and go with the tase?
Yeah.
Okay, so he tries to arrest this kid. This kid actually pulls a knife out and stabs the deputy in the neck.
Hey! You stabbed me! You got a knife! Hey! Stop! Stop!
Pause it real quick. Pause it real quick. So the cop is in pursuit of the kid who just stabbed him in the neck right now. Gun drawn.
Firearm, yep.
I think he even says, like, I'm
Stop! Stop right now! I am a good boy! Stop right now!
Pause it. So now you have to make a decision. You're this cop.
Yep.
The kid just stabbed you in the neck.
Yep.
Lethal force.
Yep.
He's running away.
He's armed. He's a threat he's definitely a threat.
You're in the middle of the woods.
Yep. In this scenario, this police officer would have been justified in taking his life.
For sure.
He had already been stabbed. This kid is obviously a threat.
Yeah, and I think the argument that I see here is, if this man was, African American or not white, would they have shot him dead?
God knows.
Depends
right?
on the
officer.
I'm not going to be the one to
turns out, this is a fantastic
Stop!
officer.
Nick!
Takes out his taser.
I'm sorry to say this, but I love those taser face dives. Like when somebody fucks with the cop and they bro, you stabbed a cop. Like
debilitates you.
I'm excited to see you face dive. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dude. But there's so many things to talk about in this video, and Spencer, you brought up one of them, and obviously the Maverick merch is just another, just probably one of the worst brand plays I've seen to date.
It's really bad. That's a counterfeit merch, by the way. It's not the real one.
Right.
The kid got it from some store.
Zoomies or some shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Applaud. You got to applaud this officer.
Have to.
In that moment when he had the ability and rightful ability, and I don't know what state this is or what the law is, so I don't want to speak out of turn. Maybe he didn't have the ability to shoot, but switching from his firearm to his taser when he realized that this kid was a threat, but had a close threat, a knife, which if at moderate range you could take care of it without killing this kid.
I think if the kid came at the officer, there's no question he would not be alive.
No
right now.
question. He's
no
already
question.
right. So, but as we watch this video and we talked to a couple people about it, it brought up not only the officer's conduct, which was incredible, but also just the mental illness issue that we have in this country. And I think this kid is obviously mentally ill and disturbed, and while it would have been justified, it's also very sad to continue to see these interactions between police and mentally ill people that end badly, because clearly this kid needs help.
And it's a shame that it wasn't identified or taken care of before he reached a point of no return. Right? Like, I don't know what we need to do, and maybe this is something you might have answers to, Spencer, in addressing those who suffer from mental illness. Like, I would presume there's some sort of deep-rooted mental illness here. The kid's 21. He's been arrested before for previous violent offenses. We found out, and it is a shame that there's not a system in place where something like this doesn't happen anymore, right? Because he's lucky to still be alive today. I don't think anyone, if the cop shot him, would have been like, well, shame. I mean, maybe there would have been some backlash, but you stabbed a cop in the fucking neck.
Right. Well, I think it is in our backyard as well. When we look at the homeless situation in LA, which is like a huge cause for so many people leaving, I'm sure
Ben Shapiro's team.
I know he's voiced that.
Yeah,
so
it's definitely a factor.
I mean, I live in Venice now, and it's horrible. I've lived in Venice, Santa Monica for 4 years. It is horrible, and so many of them deal with mental health issues. So it's strange that our legislation here in California, they're passing laws that make it legal for them to just live on the side of the street.